So, not too long ago, we came across a source with this fantastic headline about the actress Dakota Johnson. We thought, perfect, this is going to be a great breakdown. But as we started digging in, we realized the real story wasn't about her at all. It was actually about the source itself. And today, well, we're going to explain the explainer. All right, so here's the game plan. We'll start with the story we thought we were going to tell you. Then we'll show you the actual source material we had to work with. That's going to lead us right into our core principle. And from there, we'll break down what really makes a source work for one of these explainers. It's kind of like a little peek behind the curtain. Okay, so it all kicked off when we found this video source with a title that was just, completely irresistible. It had all the pieces for a great anecdote, a famous person, a situation with high stakes, and this really quirky, unexpected reason for what happened. It was exactly the kind of stuff we love to dig into. I mean, just look at this headline. Your brain immediately starts firing off questions, right? What audition was it? What could she have possibly done that was too polite? How in the world can good manners make you fail at something? This headline promises a whole narrative, a story with a beginning, a middle, and an end that we can unpack. So, as we always do, our very first step is to go straight to the source. We never, ever rely on just headlines or summaries. We have to go right to the data, the actual text, the transcript itself. That's where we find the facts to build these explainers. So we pulled the full transcript for the video, and this is what we found. That's it. That's the entire transcript. Just this one phrase, which is written in Amharic, the official language of Ethiopia. No story, no mention of Dakota Johnson, no details about any audition. Just this. So what does it actually mean? Well, after a little digging, we learned it's basically an expression of surprise. You can think of it like saying wow or oh my gosh or what a thing. It's definitely expressive, no doubt about it, but it has absolutely none of the story details that the headline promised. It's just a reaction, not a narrative. Which, of course, brings us to the main question. How do we take wow and turn it into a whole explainer about a failed audition because of good manners? Well, the short answer is we don't. And the reason we don't gets to the absolute core of what we do here. And this brings us to the #1 rule that guides every single explainer we put together. And this isn't just, a simple guideline. It's our absolute non-negotiable foundation. Our core principle is really simple. Our job is to distill and clarify and structure the information from a source, not to invent it. We will never, ever add our own outside research or speculation or make assumptions just to fill in the blanks. If it's not in the source, it does not go in our explainer. Period. This slide really just lays it all out, doesn't it? On the left, you have this juicy, compelling story the headline promised us, and on the right, you have the cold, hard reality of what the source actually gave us. There's just no way to get from one to the other. To make an explainer would mean we'd have to make up the entire story, and that's something we just will not do. So, we looked at this whole situation and saw a perfect opportunity. Instead of trying to explain a story that just wasn't there, we thought, let's explain our process. So let's take a look at what we actually need from a source to build a trustworthy and insightful explainer for you. See, a good source has to have some substance to it. It needs things like a narrative that we can actually follow, or key facts and data we can show you. It needs a sequence of events we can map out, or concepts that need defining. Basically, it needs verifiable details, the building blocks for understanding. And our Amharic phrase, as cool as it is, just doesn't have any of that. At the end of the day, we would much rather make no explainer at all than make one that's inaccurate. Our commitment is to you, our audience. And that commitment means making sure that what you see here is a faithful representation of the source material, presented with clarity, but absolutely never embellished. So after going through all that, what's the one thing we really want you to walk away with? It's not about a failed audition, and it's not even about an Amharic phrase. It's really about trust and transparency. This is our promise. The reason we're showing you all this is so that you know that behind every single one of our explainers, there's a really strict process of just sticking to the facts that are presented. We're not here to tell you what we think a source means. We're here to show you what it says. And we'll just leave you with this final thought to chew on. Now that you know what goes into building a credible explanation, and more importantly, what gets left on the cutting room floor when the material isn't there, how does that change the way you look at all the headlines, summaries, and stories you come across every day? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.